Lady Liberty lifts her lamp beside the golden door to welcome countless immigrants to the United States. And a restaurant in Brooklyn has taken those words of Emma Lazarus to heart. Here's Nancy Giles.
The Statue of Liberty has watched over New York Harbor since 1886, and the words on her base, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free," have inspired millions to come here in search of the American dream and to leave their nightmares behind. Why did you end up leaving Russia to come to the United States?
Persecution.
Why did you leave Ivory Coast?
I need some place to be safe, yes, of torture.
Asylum seekers like Fanta Silla and Ruslan Abdramov are safe now, thanks to a helping hand from an unlikely place, a little restaurant in Brooklyn. Why did you name it Emma's Torch?
We're named after Emma Lazarus, who wrote the poem that's on the Statue of Liberty. She was a staunch advocate for refugees, and we really hope that we can just keep on her good work.
Kerry Brodie founded the restaurant 5 years ago to empower refugees through culinary education, a noble idea that began with unthinkable tragedy. What inspired you to start this, to start Emma's Torch?
There was a photo of Alan Kurdi, who was a 3-year-old little boy whose body was washed up on the shores of Greece. And for many people, myself included, that was a moment of realizing when we talk about displaced people around the world, we're talking about that little boy. And for me, that was really a moment of reckoning. What am I going to do to make sure that in some small way, we're changing that story?
Job training is how she's changing the story. Students are paid $15 an hour to learn how to cook.
Just a touch.
Okay.
And it's good.
Okay.
It's a 10-week program. So far, 120 refugees from Afghanistan to Zimbabwe have graduated. 40 countries in all. All are here legally as they await asylum hearings. BC, that's before COVID, the meals were fancier and diners ate inside.
Okay.
These days, it's takeout on the patio. But man, the food is still yummy.
Our students are really from all over the world. You walk into our kitchen, you're going to hear a lot of different languages and learn from a lot of different people.
En mange!
Fantastic.
Fortunately, Alex Harris speaks more than a few of those languages.
Pollo, sí o no?
He's the top chef here
Are almost ready to cut our fish.
and makes sure every student gets the gear they need.
Our students get a striped apron, we give them a notebook, we give them a pen and a Sharpie.
Plus, of course, a chef's knife.
This is your favorite tool as you're working.
Students learn the basics, including how to sharpen that knife,
Looking into its beautiful eyes.
how to see if a fish is fresh,
They should be clear and not very white.
If you wanted to work at a small restaurant to learn more about business,
and, perhaps most important, students learn how to get a job.
we will be having volunteers come in who work in the culinary industry, and they're going to be doing practice interviews with all of you.
And when they do graduate, students are very much in demand. At Emma's Torch, you were just learning how to chop and whatnot. Look at you, the head chef. How'd that happen?
Because I was supposed to help me, teach me everything.
Naseema Bachi rose to become head chef at Zahadi's, a James Beard award-winning grocery store in Brooklyn. Not long ago, she was fleeing the Taliban in Afghanistan. Fanta Silla from the Ivory Coast joined Naseema at Zahadi's right after she graduated. We first met Fanta on Zoom last year.
Me, I heard about Emma's Torch in Bellevue Hospital. I'm part of program for survivors of torture. They asked me what you would like to do. I say I love cooking.
She came in with very good skills, I have to say.
Christine Zahadi Whalen runs the store. She says Fanta is really great at rolling grape leaves.
She's very good with her fingers. You have to form it manually. There's no machine. So she caught on really quick.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so we're delighted.
So just how valuable is an Emma's Torch diploma?
Before COVID, depending on the time of year, we were looking at between 90 and 100% job placement rate for those looking for work. Our students are incredible. I, in particular, used to joke that a lot of our students ended up in restaurants I couldn't get a reservation to.
We chef.
It can certainly be hard to get a reservation at Olmsted. It's been called the hottest restaurant in Brooklyn.
It's not like I'm a saint and I'm just like, oh my God, look, I'm hiring these people. You know, it helps. It helps to hire talented people.
Chef Greg Backstrom currently has 3 Emma's Torch graduates on staff and wishes he had more. These cooks, and they're coming from refugee situations or even victims of torture. I mean, they're coming here from other countries. Do you feel like they're taking jobs away from Americans?
I have a job posting that goes up every day.
Seriously?
That doesn't get replies. So that's a firm no.
And that brings us to Vietnamese pizza.
That was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
A dish served up by Tu Pham, a Vietnamese refugee and Emma's Torch graduate who worked at Olmsted right before the pandemic hit.
Chef Greg saw it like, what is this? I said, I make Vietnamese pizza. So he put it on the menu. So I said, what? Are you serious?
How did that feel to have that item on the menu? Did you feel like,
I feel like empowered. Like,
oh yes. You miss her?
I do. She ended up going back to Emma's Torch, and I'd be lying if I said I haven't tried to call her and get her to come back.
Yes.
But Tu Pham has far more important matters on her menu.
Oh, look at you.
Oh, that's so cool. American flag.
Yes.
You look so happy.
Okay, yeah.
She's now an American citizen.
I tear in my eyes because the happiness, like, oh, that's the moment. I really like, oh, you're so happy.
Another American dream come true. Poet Emma Lazarus would be proud. Happy birthday, America.